So, hope y'all can hear me now. I had a freaking, so my lav mic, y'all haven't been hearing this whole thing. Great. So, at the beginning of the video, I hope y'all can hear me now. Okay. So, at the beginning of the video, I was saying, I used my DJI Mic 2 the other day, and it goes off Bluetooth with the phone, but then it stopped working apparently once you start recording in the YouTube app. Like the Bluetooth connection fails. So I was recording with my lav mic, but it wasn't working. So today I brought out the shotgun mic and I was trying to run a splitter to it and to see if that would work. And I said at the beginning of the video, I won't know if this works until someone tells me, or until I get home and watch the video. So we're 30 minutes in and no audio, so well, I guess that didn't work. It's weird though, because I tested it. I tested this splitter with that shotgun mic, and I just recorded a video the other night and it works. But once you get into these live stream apps, I don't know, things are a little funky. Maybe it's something in the settings and this would work. I don't know. We're gonna have to figure it out, because I want to do some more live stream videos, you know, especially out of the Kayak at some point. But I guess this wasn't working. I was talking about a lot of stuff for 30 minutes too. I wonder if it just started failing, or if it was failing the whole time. I don't know. I'll have to look at the video later. But I'll explain what I'm fishing with all over again. So, Texas rig right there, EWG hook on a 6-inch Ace gambler bait, stick bait, but I put a Nico weight in the middle, and so that's to try and get it to fish kind of like a wacky rig, but also when you twitch it, it will kind of dart, because the point is still there, the point of movement, so it will move like a soft jerk bait, but it has the benefits of being Texas rig, so you can fish it up around these lily pads and in heavy vegetation. And it's called a Waco rig, and some guy made this up like a month ago, so this is a brand new way to fish. And so I'm just giving it a shot, playing with it right now, and trying to see if I can catch something. Honestly, I think these bass are chasing stuff, because I'm having a hard time catching them fishing this bait slow. But when I was moving those other baits, I was catching them pretty good. So let's throw a moving bait. As much as I want to play with this and see how well this works in particular, you know, don't want to force the issue if they're not biting that way. And this is a gambler screw lock, just jig head, natural color, and that's a little easy gambler bait. I'm playing with some different rod setups and different things, because I have a gambler bait tournament coming up, and so some of these things I want to see if it works well on this rod versus that rod. Like that orange rod, I usually fish a swim jig on it, and works well for a swim jig. But I was curious if it was too stiff for that underspin, and we hooked up with a fish on like the second cast with that underspin earlier. So oh, got stuck on the dang lily pad when I wasn't paying attention, talking to y'all. But yeah, so it's a little stiff from a rod, but it will work with that underspin. That underspin does have a pretty beefy hook. All right, that's why you gotta pay attention. It's weird. I want to do live stream fishing videos, so you know I can just fish. I don't have to edit, and y'all can see, you know, I'm actually catching these fish and how I'm catching them, you know. And I had someone tell me that I'm pretty good at explaining what I'm doing, so I took that as a compliment and try to see if I can explain what I'm doing and catch a few fish. But we got to get this audio situation figured out, that's for sure. Hopefully it doesn't take too many of these bad starts of videos before we get it right. I'm gonna try to run this through these lily pads. Really kind of risky, to be honest, but oh, is that fish? If it is, I'm pulling them out. So when you have an open hook like that, it's risky fishing it around lily pads and what have you, but certain baits I can kind of steer it around stuff, but this one's not really. I guess that's not really happening. What's good about this one, it has that really wide base, so it doesn't turn over, which means it's not going to get caught on these lily pads as often. But when it's as heavy as it is, if you don't run it fast enough, it's going to get caught on them. And you're running through a thick enough patch like I just did, it's going to get caught on them. If I don't get bit on this cast, we're going to go to that underspin. Sounds good right now. So that's just the camera audio. I want to fish better audio than just the phone audio, but if we have to, we have to. All right. Oh, I don't have the underspin tied on. I took that off. All right. Stick bait it is. So I have a little fan device on there that cools down the phone, and you probably can hear it. It's just a little fan. So that's another reason why I don't want to use the phone audio, but at the moment, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, be honest with you, I'm surprised how little movement I'm seeing out here. When I was out here live streaming the other day, I heard something just now. I did see people watching me and stuff, so I wonder if I kind of blew this spot up, if all of a sudden a bunch of people started fishing it between the other day and today. That definitely happens, and this is one of those ponds. There's only one or two spots you can fish from. It's just stuff taller than me just around the whole pond. So we might have to go to a different pond next time. Mostly I want to do live streaming from the kayak though. That'd be better. But I also want to get everything working right with the technical side of this stuff before I go and start trying to live stream from the kayak. Alright, I'm gonna fish this cast a little more seriously than I was the last one. So I'll cast it out there. I'm gonna explain exactly what I'm doing. I'm letting it fall on a slack line. You don't want it to be slack for too long because you might gut hook the fish, but they haven't really been biting that well. So now I slowly reel in the slack. I can feel there's no fish there. Alright, so no problem there. But I'm going to give it 2 little twitches. Slowly reel in that slack, see if I feel a fish. And I'm hoping that it darts like a soft jerk bait. And since this is kind of a whole new technique, we don't know exactly what it's doing under the water right now. But I can just pause and wait for it. and it's going to be falling back down to the bottom during that pause. So if they're on the bottom, we'll find out. If they hit it on the twitch, we'll find out. But fishing it a little slow right now. I'm gonna actually bring it close to me. One thing you should do is always see, it's too dark, I can't tell, but see how quick your fall rate is, so you get an idea how quickly stuff is falling and stuff. So I'm gonna actually throw this over these lily pads over there. You just get stuck. Great. We almost got stuck. Alright, that sucker was going sideways. It looked a little, I think the fall on this is going to be kind of erratic, so that could be good. Sometimes it's bad because you want it to fall a certain way, and then, you know, it's just going to do what it wants to do. But other times, when it just looks erratic, that's good, because that fish is going to think that it's real. We definitely were catching them better the other night. It's weird. But like I was saying, I want to do a bunch of live stream stuff, but I will say that when I did the live stream at Kenansville, it was the first live stream I did on here. It was funny because the phone like lost connection in the live stream, so the live stream ended. I went like 2 hours out there and I didn't have a fish, I didn't have a bite, and the live stream ended and I caught a fish. And like 15 minutes later, I got the live stream to come back and to start the you know, second live stream. I started with holding the bass. So it's like the second I wasn't talking to people and trying to explain every little thing I'm doing, I caught a fish. So I'm gonna keep explaining everything I'm doing because I think it's helpful. I think that's probably what most of y'all want. Y'all don't want to just watch me, you want to hear what I'm doing. So for instance, I just dragged that with my rod tip up over all those lily pads, and then I let it fall on the outside edge of the lily pads. And I've been doing that, and they're not really biting it because they're not there at the moment. But I'm gonna keep doing it because as soon as these bass move up in this area, you know, to munch on stuff as the sun's going down, you know, that's going to be where you want the bait. So we'll find out. So let's man, I'm gonna have to retie that, but not right now. There's a little bit of a, so I caught a giant over here one time. I've only fished this pond like 4 times ever, and I'm talking like 8+ pounds over here in this corner. I think it's a little deep hole, and dude, there's this railing over here in this corner because it's they don't want people falling into this water. It's just a steep little spot, and man, I had this giant just jumping out. I was pulling them up over the lily pads, just coming through all this stuff over here. I got them all the way up near the bank, but because there's a railing, I had a 7'11" extra heavy, extra fast rod, big old broomstick, and I was trying to lift him up over the rail. Boom, he came off. I couldn't believe it. So I do know that there is a giant in here. So we're casting in the area that we lost that giant before. So we'll see if we catch him, but I don't know. I don't know that we will. Right now the bite is a little slow. But earlier I was saying, when we didn't have audio, I was saying if anyone knows or just has suggestions, I should say, when is the best time to live stream, they think. Oh, did I get bit as soon as I hit the water? No, that was a lily pad stem I hit. Bruh, that felt weird. I'm gonna cast it back over there real quick. But if anyone knows I don't know why I keep saying nose. If anyone has a time that they would like to see live streaming, now these live streams, you can watch them after the fact. So if anyone's watching this now and wants to see the first 47 minutes, we didn't have audio for a good chunk of that, apparently. But, you know, we have caught a fish, and we lost the fish right at the bank. Trying to pull it up over this grass, came right off. But, and then I fished here the other day. It was like a 40-minute video and caught like 3 bass. So we were doing a little better the other day, but we still got some time before that sun's completely down. Man, I'm gonna have to switch this with something. As much as I want, you know what I'm gonna do? So these gambler baits, they come with garlic on them, but this one's like, I don't know, it's not as much garlic as usual, or it's probably just an older bait. I've probably had it for a while, sitting in my garage, which is 1,000 degrees in there, and then you know, the taste, smell, and stuff wears off. So I got this Spike It Dip and Glow garlic flavor, and this one's a navy, well, not navy blue, it's just blue. And since this is pretty blue bait, I'm not trying to change the color as much as I'm trying to reintroduce garlic flavor to the bait. So maybe that's why we haven't been getting bit. We needed some flavor on here. The other thing is, I don't know how fast this is falling, because remember, we put a nail weight or Nico weight in the center of this bait to fish it. It's called a Waco rig. It's a new type of bait that a guy made up like a month ago. So I'm trying something new, something people haven't done before, and I may not have a big enough weight in there, so it might be taking a long time to fall to the bottom. So I might be reeling it in or pulling it, and it's barely have dropped down in the water. I can't tell, it's too dark to see how fast it's falling. So what I might do is take one cast way out there in the middle, because again, we're throwing around these lily pads and nothing's really happening. So I'm gonna cast out in the middle. I'm gonna give this a good 20 seconds, let it fall down, and see what the chat's saying in the meantime. Sup, spice it up, hoping to see you get a big one, custom big one. Yeah, alright, cool. We definitely could catch a big one in here. Bro. Dude, this camera is like, you see it wigging out near my face? It's trying to like face detect, but when my hand comes in front, it like jiggles. I don't know if it shows that on y'all end, but it shows it on my end, like it's jiggling. That's weird. I don't know, I might not use this app to do my live streams moving forward. Either that, or I probably just gotta change something in the settings. Alright. It is getting dark though, so this would be the time to throw a moving bait. And I have the one moving bait tied on. So open hook, so it's gonna get caught on some lily pads, but I'm gonna throw this and just for a minute, and then I'm probably gonna switch it up to the old underspin, and that should really do well. Oh, something moving. The lily pads right here in front of me. Something's right here. And of course, this is a bait I don't want to run through the lily pads. So, all right, we'll see what happens. Run it through the lily pads where I just saw a fish. And is that a fish, or am I on the lily pad? All right. Nope. I knew that was gonna happen. I still tried to do it anyways. If the fish would have bit before I got stuck on the lily pad, it would have been fine, but It did not. We're gonna put on that underspin. Where's that underspin at? All right, so this right here, that flash, it's not really about the flash right now. It's gonna give off vibration, you know, and it's dark. So those bass need a little help finding the bait this time of day. So that's where something like this, the underspin, can be pretty clutch. And that other one is a lot more finesse, a lot more subtle. So in the heat of the day, that other one can be really good. I mean, you can fish that other one in a lot of situations. You can fish it, you know, if you got live scope or something like that out on a main lake, forget about it. You know, it's like a Demiki rig kind of setup. And then you got you can fish it on like shell bars. You can do a lot of stuff with that. But you can also just run it on the outside edge of vegetation and just run parallel with stuff. That thing, it will get slammed 1,000 different ways. But right now, his underspin's probably the move. So get it tied up and get it out there. I don't think I brought my ideal swim bait, but we got something. All right, what do we got for swim baits? So I got the Easy Swimmer with me, that bright copper color. Definitely good in stained water. Man, there's something moving right there. But so it has a little screw at the front. You just poke the tip of that front and you just twist it in a circle. My line's actually in my way, so I'm not doing it the greatest at the moment, but yeah, there it goes. And you just twist it down till you get it kind of near the front. I don't want it completely up on that front, just so I can move a little bit. And then find out where that hook's going to go through, put it up through there, and then we can actually, am I upside down? What's going on? Okay, I see where we're going. All right. So we put it up. I'm gonna skin hook it. We could bury it. This is stiff enough that we would be fine if we buried it. But I think right now, we're not up in like hydrilla. We're going over some lily pads, but we're not in like hydrilla, so it's not like it needs to be buried. Probably just fine skin hooking it. So I'm just giving it some pauses, trying to reel it pretty slow with this 7-1 gear ratio, because we fish it too fast, yeah, we can get some reaction bites, and that might be the best way to do it. You gotta play with it to find out. But odds are, a lot of the time, you fish it too fast, you're just making it too much work for that fish to go chase it. Now other times, that's how you catch them. I mean, heck, Kevin Van Dam made a heck of a career, you know, fishing baits fast and going for reaction bites, getting those fish that are willing to bite. And so we'll mix it up. We'll do a little of everything. But I personally get a lot of success with fishing it a little slower and more of tricking those bass into biting versus, you know, just getting them to react by fishing fast. So this is over here, this cast, this is where we lost the one on the underspin, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is where we start catching them behind us. The reason I haven't been fishing over there is because, like, you can't really hear me if I'm over there talking and facing the other direction. So, but I might have to make a few casts over there, since casting over here isn't doing a whole lot right now. I'm gonna have the rod tip down and fish it kind of fast and just see if that's the way we're gonna catch them tonight, with that underspin giving off some vibration. Chris Mitchell, what's up? And yep. All right. Oh, I think there's a gator. I don't know if y'all can see that, but on the other side of the lake there's a gator. It looks like he's headed this direction. They'll do that when you start buzzing some baits. Oh, something moved right there. All right, we need to catch another fish, man. It's taking too long. Don't they know I put on the underspin? They're supposed to bite this. It's dark. These bass haven't been reading textbooks or something. I don't know what's going on with them. So I caught one on the underspin fishing over here, but then I couldn't bring him up over this stuff. So we'll see if we can this time. The second I go over there, there's something moving right where we were casting. Oh, there's something moving right there too. I don't know if it's bass, but things are coming alive all of a sudden. So it looks like we got 5 people in here. I'll let y'all know that we didn't have audio apparently for a good chunk of this video. So yeah. If you go back and watch this at a later date, you know, there's a good chance it doesn't have audio apparently. So the other day I had my, I'll just rant about this while I make a couple quick casts, try to get a reaction bite. The other day I had my DJI mic too. It's a lav mic. I had it up on the chest, but apparently that doesn't work in the live stream. Once I'm using that, the YouTube live stream app, it just kind of, the Bluetooth connection fails or something. But it was working before I went live, and it said it was on while I was live, but it just didn't work. And then so today I brought a splitter out and I ran my shotgun mic, and before I went live I tested it, and heck, that sucker was working before I went live, and then I went live, nothing. And I'm using another app, so I'm not filming directly into YouTube thinking that will help it, and it didn't do it. So we are still trying to figure out how to get the best sound on these live streams. Work in progress, but eventually I want to get it so that we can live stream while we're on the kayak. But till then, just do what we got to do. So what has the chat been saying? KVD is still at it. Yeah, he just won $100,000 on was it Toho? I think that was his last tournament, and so his last tournament just ended, and then gotta switch the audio input in the setting on Prism. Okay, so when I was looking at the audio, it said the audio mic was on in the settings. So I'm maybe it's something else. If you know, hey, let me know. It said audio mic on, I believe is what it said. So I just assumed, okay, that's on. Apparently not. So the other day we were live streaming this same pond because I got like a ton of ponds I used to fish, but I've been in the kayak lately. Well, I went out and tried to fish some of the ponds I know. They all have signs now that say you can't fish. So I'm like, oh dang. So I still found this pond that doesn't have one yet. And I don't want to fish the same dang spot every time I do a bank fishing video. So we're gonna have to find another pond, but I really want to get the settings right on this so that we can live stream from the kayak. That's really what I want to be doing. Bro, this bite is brutal tonight. But for those of you that are watching, this may just seem like a pond. If you're not familiar, I'm in Florida, and I've only fished this pond a few times, but I had an 8+ pounder that I lost right up at the bank because there's a railing over there near the edge of the water, and I had my 7'11" extra heavy, extra fast broomstick rod. Dude, it took me forever. I was pulling him up over the lily pads and everything, and he ended up jumping off, and right there while I was trying to get him, I couldn't pull him up out the water. It was too big, so he ended up coming off before I could catch him. But I had him all the way up to the bank. It was just too big of a fish to pull up over some railings. So there is a big one in here, and I'm on the outside of the railing. So I don't know if y'all can hear that, but that's the very end of the railing right there in front of me. So if we hook up with that giant, oh, I can pull him up over here. So I hope that's what happens, but we're only gonna fish for a few more minutes. So if we do catch it, it's gonna be like one of those last cast situations where you just catch a giant on the last cast. Man, I'm trying to remember all the stuff I was saying in the video when I didn't have audio. So I can repeat that stuff. Oh man. I probably was talking for like 30 minutes or something. I hope that the beginning of the video I had audio. Maybe it went out. I don't know, maybe not. We'll have to go back and look at the video later to see. Why not just use regular YouTube to stream? I did it at Kenansville, and there's not good service out there, but the stream didn't let my lav mic work, so the audio was bad. It was just the camera audio like what's going on right now, and on top of that, it was the stream failed. So, you know, I mean, I might end up just using the YouTube stream, but right now it doesn't work that great for me. But regardless, if I use the YouTube stream or the Prism or what have you, you know, a different app, I gotta do a better setup than I got right now. You know, this one just ain't cutting it. You know, definitely want y'all to tune in and stuff. I got a tournament. I'm gonna fish my first kayak tournament on Saturday, so less than a week from now. I wanted to live stream that, but I gotta take pictures of my catches, so I can't stream, cut the stream, and you know, I don't want to be worrying about the stream. I want to stream and just you see what I'm doing, but I won't really be talking to y'all as much because I'm gonna be like trying to be focused on actually catching fish, especially since I have like 10 hours experience on the Kissimmee chain. I'm not exactly confident I'm going to do well. but yeah, I don't have two phones, so I'm not gonna live stream that one. So might run a camera and just make sure I film and document the whole thing. But my action cameras that look the best, the GoPro I got fried. No, the GoPro didn't fry. The GoPro, after like 2 hours in the heat, shuts off. And then my DJI melted. The power input melted. So I can only use my big camera. And the big camera, for whatever reason, it doesn't really look good with my wide angle lens on the Kayak. So, I mean, I might have it recording just in case I catch like a 10-pounder or something, which is probably not going to happen. It's post-spawn, but just in case I might have my camera running on there. But I don't know if I'm going to make a video out of that, because that footage isn't going to look good with that camera. So now, if I can borrow someone's phone for the day, which I don't think I can, that might be the way to go, because I could just live stream with one camera and with one phone, and the other phone, you know, take pictures of my catches and enter them in the tournament. But we'll see. It would have been nice to film my first kayak tournament, but I don't think I'm going to, the way it's looking at the moment. And if I do, I don't know, it may not be a video. If I do well in the tournament, I might have to make it a video, you know what I mean? So we'll just see. I don't know. I got very little confidence in that, but it should be good experience. Bro, this is rough out here. This freaking bite is slow. I'm about to just fish it crazy slow right now. And now I'm gonna try burning it to see what happens. I'm not getting anything though. We had the 2 fish earlier, and that's it. Alright, so I'm chucking it out there. I might want to tone these down a notch. Nope. Yeah, a little better. Let it fall to the bottom. Reel that sucker fast, pause it. Reel that sucker fast, pause it. Reel that sucker past and pause it. Try to get a reaction bite. I don't know, as dark as it is, they might not be able to find that bait, even with the underspin giving off vibration. Bruh, I just want to catch one more fish and I'll be ready to call it. One more. Where are you at? Oh, bro, that fish just came out the water hitting something. I can't even see. Well, I'm gonna have to make a couple casts right there. I think I'm in the right spot. Oh, I don't know if Chris Mitchell's still in the chat, but he gave me this rod. Shout out to Chris Mitchell. He has a YouTube channel. Y'all should check him out. Actually, he's going to be in that gambler tournament with me. So, y'all see him probably win that sucker. Bruh, Bro, it's getting dark. I can't see squat. Especially with this light all up in my eyes. Come on, fish. Or I might just let this sit on the bottom on this cast. StreamYard works but beats the phone up. You know what's funny? I tried to, I don't know if it was the app store I was on, but I typed in StreamYard and it didn't come up. I was like, what? So, I don't know. I was going to at least check that one out. Bro, there's a fish that just blew up right there. Oh, one of my lights just died. Bro, it just got even darker out here. Bro, they're moving now and I'm ready to leave. Come on. Fight me. Oh. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Sucker thumped it, but let it go. Bro. He knocked slack in it. When I went to go set the hook, I had too much slack in the line. And then when I reeled it in, he wasn't on it anymore. Ain't that something? Maybe he probably didn't have the hook. Probably like grabbed it by the spinner or something and then let go of it. Bruh. Oh, StreamYard heats up the phone. Yeah, I'm probably not going to use that then. I mean, I have this, I forget what it's called. I want to say Black Shark Pro 4 or something like that. It's like $50 to keep the phone cool, but I don't know. The phone, my phone right now says it's too hot and overheating, and I have that on, so I don't know. Bro, today's not my day. Make like 2 more casts. I'm calling it. And I just saw something or heard something jump as soon as I said that. I don't know where it is though. Alright, so just do the old-fashioned barely reel this sucker. Maybe slight pause here and there, but they can't see it, so I just don't want to run it away from them. I'm just gonna fish this puppy slow. I hope I get bit. Alright, there's one cast, one more cast. This is my last cast, and then that's it. Alright, here we go. Alright, well that was it. We only had the 2 bites out here for like an hour and 15 minutes. Jeez. But yeah, we had the 2 bites. Had the 1 catch, and the 1 catch brought up to the bank. And that's going to be it for the live stream. Appreciate y'all. If y'all decide to go back and rewatch this, I've said it a million times in the stream, but in case you're new, I didn't have audio for a chunk of it apparently. So we're figuring that stuff out, but I appreciate y'all. And first time in here, so there's the end button. All right, I'm out. Peace. Got like 10 things got to press to end the dang, bro.